Hello. Happy Sunday for everyone. I hope you can hear me. I hope that the stream is not muted again. All right, everyone, welcome to a new edition of Hitless Podcast. I hope everyone's having a good day. We have already some people here, and we have a really special guest for today episode. We're not having only known as one of the goats of the community, one known for all of your things, for us, the jack of all trades, for being so good at each game he touches. We have the one and only Mr. Shilkey, one of the best hitless runner I have ever heard about. And we're going to be reviewing one of his most interesting run that he has done. He has such crazy runs, to be honest. I think that Shilkey is one of the runners that he literally just choose whatever crazy run he wants to do, and he comes in a way to destroy the game. All right, so let's get into it. See, all right, Shilkey, people can hear you now. Welcome in.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad to have you here. First of all, well, this is a really old run, but GG for
Thanks. Yeah,
it's
it's pretty old.
it's
Over
really
a year
old.
now.
But we're not going to be only talking about this run for sure. We're going to be pretty much talking about all of your run that you have done. So first
Yeah,
of all, let's talk a bit about the all bosses weapon relay.
yeah.
So how do you come with the idea or like? I know that the weapon relay is a known category on the community, but on Bloodborne, how is this harder or more easy?
I think that it was quite like there's so few weapons in this game, so it was quite like I barely had enough weapons. So I think it's a bit harder because you cannot really choose that many different weapons.
I know that on Bloodborne at least the main weapon to always use is the cleaver, at least
Yeah,
on the meta run. And here,
yeah,
which
exactly.
weapon you have to pick from?
Sorry, what? What do you mean?
Like which weapon do you decide to use for all the run? Like do you say, okay, this weapon is probably the best pick for this?
I tested a lot of the weapons against different bosses. Because some bosses, you want to backstab,
Yeah.
and some weapons are really, really bad for backstabbing. So that's like you cannot use them. So you would rather use them for something else. Um,
It's really complicated. Like even on, it's just that all the run I have seen, they always like to use the cleaver, because
yeah, yeah, it's really good.
it does a lot of damage. It's really good for the visceral attacks. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's quite similar to the other one, soft spear.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I think that the
they're
spear
quite
has
similar.
more, like a bit more range for sure.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest difference.
and also it's like if you're doing a leveled run, you would rather use the soft spear, I think, because once you get up to the very high stats, it gets a bit better.
Yeah, it's more
And
it's more damage. Like it's just
yeah,
those little checks of damage that always help.
yeah, for sure.
So what do you think? What was your approach for this run? In a way, since it's all bosses, you have to do all vanilla bosses, right? And then
Yeah.
DLC. So how did you decided to approach it? Do you wanted to do DLC first, or do you wanted to clean all the vanilla bosses and I mean all the DLC first and then come back to the vanilla bosses?
Well, I did this run first, like with the base game without the DLC, and then I changed order a bit. But some weapons you get in the DLC, like after, what is it, after Maria.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I did Maria, and then I went back to do Abby later because I wanted to get that weapon. And it's
Oh.
also before I go to the DLC, I need Garmin's weapon for something in the DLC, so it's kind of like I go where I do what I need to do to get the weapon, and then I
And then
continue
come
using
back
it.
to the running
Yeah,
sections. And,
yeah.
and how do you manage, like, since it's different weapons for each boss, also do you use it like you kill the boss and then you needed to use that weapon for all until you reach another boss, or it was you could use another weapons for the enemies?
Basically, my rules for this run was that um, I can use a weapon for a boss, and I can also do it like I can use the weapon like before the boss, on the way to the boss, and
Okay.
also after the boss if I want to. But I can also change after the boss. But then I need to keep using the weapon until I kill the next boss, basically.
Okay, okay. I think it is a good restriction because with weapon relay, since it's not a, I mean, it's a known category, but not that much people run it. So the rules are a bit like every people runs with different rules. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure. It's like different rules. You can do kind of what you think makes sense and what's interesting to you, and then just run like
Yeah,
that.
I just
I think.
run for the. At least
Like,
I feel that the idea is always like, I using a different weapon for each boss. I think that's at least the most interesting because it makes you approach the bosses a different way from the standard way that would you do it.
yeah. And also, I think I got this question quite a lot when I was doing this run. Like, why was I not parrying? Because I saw like the gun also as a separate weapon. So if I was
Oh,
gonna parry, I would need to use it for like I was gonna use it for one boss. Like I didn't see it, so I didn't parry in this run
oh,
simply
that's
because I
actually
didn't think I needed
that's
to.
so interesting. Like it makes sense because there's different guns in the game.
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
it makes sense. You didn't like did a boss with only gun, right?
I did Amelia with the flame sprayer.
Oh,
That's
God.
basically a gun. But yeah,
Also restricting to a weapon for the running section change a quota. That's true. That's actually what
yeah,
Fallout
for sure.
said. I was going to say that. How did you approach the running sections with different weapons? Because on meta run, you just use the either the gun or the cleaver and call it a day. But here, obviously, the running section changes because you need to approach some enemies differently.
There's one thing in particular that kind of was the most complicated, I guess. So for ROM, I used the cane. I used the
Okay.
cane simply because after ROM, I go to I don't remember the name before emissary. There's like a you can hit the brain sucker through the wall through the door, and you
Okay.
can only do this with the cane or some
Okay.
other weapons. So that's why. So basically, because of the running section, because of this thing, I used that weapon for ROM basically. So it does. You have to like think what you need for each running section.
Yeah, exactly. It's not only thinking about the boss, it's thinking, okay,
Exactly.
after this boss, I need to do this running section, but I'm not allowed to use the usual weapon. I need to think like even like two steps forward from the run.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's actually really really interesting. Which boss would you say that it was the hardest in this run though?
Um, that's probably. I guess probably Moon Presence.
Ooh, Moon Presence.
Moon
Okay.
Presence is kind. It's a very weird fight. So when you're in low damage, it can be quite sketchy.
I have heard that Moon Presence suffered the same problem from Demon of Hatred from Sekiro. That a lot of people don't like it because it's like fighting against a Dark Souls boss, you know?
Yeah,
I have here. At least when I did my casual playthrough, I did it no long ago. I didn't like Moon Presence was easier than German. Actually, I did it.
yeah,
I think it's even. It feel even scripted. You know, it feel a bit scripted.
yeah,
What do you think
yeah.
about like how do you approach this boss in general?
The thing is, like when it's pretty scripted when you're doing like you have high damage and you can skip phase two, but when you do phase two as well, it can become quite chaotic. I think
Yeah, that's
because
true.
of some extra attacks and positioning is quite important because of another attack that he gains. And it's just there are also some obstacles in the arena. You can get stuck against a wall, and there's many things that can kind of meme you. So that's why I felt that was maybe not the mechanically hardest, but like it was the hardest to get consistent in this run, I would say.
Yeah, makes sense. Was there a point in the
Yeah.
run that you said, okay, I need to change weapons? Like, for example, you were doing X weapon we on a boss, but then you saw, okay, this weapon is not working, I need to use another weapon.
I guess for Mikolash I changed a bit.
Okay.
Uh, uh, yeah, I think I used Beast Cutter from Mikolash at first, but then it was too slow, and sometimes he could hit me in between, so I decided to go for a different weapon
Oh, that's
um,
interesting.
for the scythe. But another thing that I guess was a bit. Um, I know I said the Moon Princess was the hardest, but now that I I think a bit harder, like maybe Lawrence could be the
Okay,
hardest
okay,
weapon. Because
Lawrence. Oh God, I still have PTSD with Lawrence, and I have only
yeah,
done a casual playthrough. That I don't know. I have feelings because I think that the DLC is amazing, but then you reach Cos and Lawrence, and all changes. Okay, all
yeah.
changes. Lawrence has the.
Yes.
I feel that if they remove the stupid fire hitbox, it will be way better. The fight will be way better for sure.
Yeah, the thing is, he has so much HP,
Oh yeah,
and
that's true.
so I'm using the bow blade here, and I think I upgraded it to like most weapons in this run were just +3 because
Oh
there's not enough
yeah,
materials.
true.
But this one, I saved all the chunks to get to +9 for Lawrence
Oh
for
okay,
bow blade, just because he's so tanky, has so much HP, and it's also easy to get like chipped by some fire in phase 3 and stuff like that. So I went with that and just to get some extra damage. And it's not the best weapon either, so um, yeah, that's why I decided to do that.
It's just that once you get used to the cleaver and the spear, you cannot change it. You know, it just look at
Yeah,
that. Lauren has so much damage, and he has such weird attacks. That's the worst.
yeah.
It's such a crazy boss. And let's not talk even about Cause. Goddamn, it was years since I suffered so much with a boss in general. You know,
Yeah.
that feeling that just kill the boss and scream. My God, I still think that I'm impressed how people can do these two bosses in Hitless. To be honest, it's crazy.
For usually, I think most people they do kind of they do a cheese for him. Basically, you can kite him from corner to corner, and he only does one attack,
Okay,
which is
I've
pretty
heard
common to
I
do.
heard that, but I have never seen it.
Yeah, and then he basically because Lawrence has 3 phases, right? But he basically only stays in he only does one single attack in both phases with this cheese, so
Okay,
it simplifies it quite a bit.
okay, that's interesting. I feel that the difference between, at least I think I understand more why people will cheese this boss, because it's not a fun fight even. It just it's just a straight pain.
I used to really not like Lawrence, but the more like I practiced him and fought him, I ended up really liking him.
That that
Especially phase 3.
that sounds like Stockholm syndrome. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I'm
probably
I'm
is.
not anyone to
I think I
speak because I'm running Dark Souls 3, and there is a debate about Spear Phase, Spear Phase on Cinder being the worst the phase of phase 1. I think that Spear Phase, I reach a point I prefer fighting a Spear Phase than a Sword Phase. That's how bad Cinder has been treating me.
Yeah, I used to also really struggle with spear phase. And then like eventually I was able to react to some of the faster attacks, and then I realized that there are quite a lot of punish opportunities, and then I'm quite happy to see spear face, or at least I used to be when I was running, because it was good punishes basically.
I just
But I,
feel
I used to
that
really struggle.
yeah, I just feel that the main issue with with Cinder, at least why people seems to at some point start enjoying Spearface, is because the camera doesn't do stupid things on Spearface. I when I was running, like I'm still running, of course, but when I'm practice, I can see that Surface has such weird camera angle when you have to roll or dodge really close, and it's
Yeah, I know what you.
super. Yeah, it's super weird. But on Spearface, that doesn't happen that much. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess it's because usually you have to kind of run away from sword face sometimes. For some attacks, you have to kind of outspace them, and
Yeah.
then he comes super close, and then his attacks move him closer to you, and then camera can get a bit messed up.
Yeah, that since you
That
are
is
so
true. That is
close.
true.
I have never tried doing Cinder like with no luck. But to be honest, it's a boss that I don't even want to think about doing that on no luck because it seems so painful in general.
I think Cinder is just most of it is better to fight locked on.
Yeah, I
Usually.
agreed on that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agreed.
yeah.
Okay, talking about a bit more, like so we don't talk about Cinder. Let's talk about Cinder later. Okay, let's talk about Cinder later.
Yeah.
Uh, on this run, which was the boss that not that you it took you more time to learn, but that you struggle in general, like in general, or even practice or get consistent beside Moon Prince, and you say, but which was
Mm.
one that you said, okay, I reached this point. This is going to be annoying slash hard.
Uh, I probably just Lawrence. The other ones, like, they weren't really a problem, I think, because I like before I did this run, I had done a run with quite a bit lower damage, and
Okay,
then I had to learn the bosses quite well for it. So, um, but Lawrence always kind of,
I feel
I was always a bit like, because it's a really difficult fight, and
yeah, yeah,
also Maria as well. But in this, basically, um, Maria, I think she's the hardest Bloodborne boss for Hitless. So
for real, Maria.
she
Okay,
also, I was always quite a bit like nervous before Maria as well, I would say.
I'm surprised that you say Maria actually. Like I have not here actually that I know that Maria is a hard fight, but
Mm,
usually when we talk about hitless, usually people always say like either obviously the DLC bosses, but it's
mm.
always like Cos, Lawrence, and I was
Shadows,
and Shadows.
maybe.
Yeah, I never I didn't think about Maria like being. I think I'm used to people just knowing how to fight Maria.
I think most Bloodborne runs, they don't really see phase 2 or 3 of Maria.
True.
They basically finish her off while she's transitioning if you're doing a leveled run. So that
Yeah,
could be
makes
one of the
sense.
reasons.
Yeah,
Because
makes
those
sense.
phases can be quite tricky to get like really consistent. Like when she has a lot of things you need to be aware of, a lot of small things. So
Yeah, make a lot of sense. All right, now talking a bit more about you. Let's talk about your heedless career because god damn if you have a heedless career to talk about. So let's talk about the beginnings. How did you
yeah.
start?
So when the COVID situation started, I
Okay.
was at home and I was bored. So and my brother had all the games, the Dark Souls games, and I was like, oh, I'll just play them. And it was fun. I played through them, and then I didn't play them. And then, like, I think a couple months later, I saw Hob on Twitch, and I was like, wow, he's actually doing 6 games back to back hitless. That's crazy.
I just found how funny everyone, at least everyone that has come to the podcast, has known Heedless. Like at least the only person that have not get interest in Heedless thanks to Hub was Ghost. It's actually
Yeah.
impressive the level of I don't know how to say it, like the presence that Hope has in the community. He has, he's the grandfather of Hitless. Like he's the one that started everything. But even for new runners, that everyone knows him. It's so impressive.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So you start because you saw Hope. Which game did you decide to
So
start with?
so I started with DS2.
Okay.
Um, I tried to do the any percent for not even a week, I think. And maybe a week. I tried to do the any percent, and I got annoyed because I was getting hits. And then I just, for some reason, decided, okay, I will do all bosses instead. So, so
That was
I
the
decided to
beginning
do
of
PS2 all
everything.
bosses instead of any percent. So yeah, and that took me about a month.
Okay. And that
Yeah.
was the time when Dark Souls 2 runs weren't that much, like there wasn't that much strats like nowadays if you talk about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. There was basically I used a route made by someone called Lone Wind. I
Okay.
think he made it for Hob originally, so it was basically Hob's route. So it was a 10-hour route
Oh,
basically.
of,
Yeah,
of,
no
of
no
course.
magic, nothing like that.
Of course, it's a 10 hours route. Like that's short for hub.
Yeah, that's some flawless logic, right?
The
Yeah,
flawless
yeah, for
logic, like okay, I cannot do 20%. I will
yeah, I would
do
do also.
I will do both. It's probably easy. And you got the run, so that's the first
Yeah,
one. You got the run, like a
I
harder run,
think
okay.
basically it was I was very bored of the bosses in the any percent.
Yeah, makes sense. Because
Basically.
the biggest problem in any percent is killing four rottens. That's the biggest problem. I always think that Dark Souls 2 is more about how focused can you get about doing the same thing. Because
Yeah, for sure. DS2 is, I would say, probably the most consistent game
yeah,
in all
I
of the games.
yeah, I think that everyone agrees on that. That Dark Souls 2 is not the easiest, because if we talk about being easy, technically speaking, we have Elden Ring, which almost all the bosses are scripted if you do meta run.
True.
But Dark Souls 2 is for real the most consistent. I also think that.
True. Yeah, now, yeah, true. Like you said, now there's Elden Ring as well, and it's true. You can make it very, very scripted, as well. So yeah, I guess both of them are very consistent.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but mostly the problem with Dark Souls 2, besides the adaptability, is
yeah,
the that you have to kill four rottens or do all souls. And doing all souls is doing Iron Keep. You know,
yeah,
I don't want to do Iron Keep ever. That
yeah.
place, I have PTSD with that place. Okay, I have PTSD.
Yeah, uh, and also before that with Mytha.
Yeah, true.
Mytha and then Iron Key, both of them are really, really annoying.
That for sure. But then killing four rottens on new game 2, 3, and 4, he has so much HP, and just you get tired, you get really really tired at some point.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the worst. But beside that, you have a lot of damage. You have the bright box to even do more damage. It really, I think that Dark Souls 2 is an amazing game for challenge runs in a bad casual playthrough game, to be honest.
I like them for both actually. I really enjoyed. It's probably my favorite casually and for hitless.
I just think that the big problem that Dark Souls 2 has is the progression, to be honest. If you don't have someone guiding you, it becomes a problem. It's really
Mm.
problematic because you end on really weird areas and you don't really know how to progress, you know?
Yeah, that is true. Like it can be like sometimes you can get lost or you can be missing one like passage somewhere. That is true. But also I really like the way that you can choose where you want to go. Like you can
Yep.
go a lot of different places. It's not
Yeah,
like very linear like DS3.
yeah, I
So
like that because, like I tell, for challenge runs, that amazing because it lets you choose a really good path. It's like in a way as Elden Ring, but not that broken, you know?
yeah, yeah.
At least I see it like that. All right, talking a bit
Yeah,
more about your Hitless career. You say that what you started with Dark Souls 2 all bosses, and then
yeah.
after that, what made you decide? Okay, I like Hitless. Let's continue.
Um, it was just very addicting, you know. Like,
The adrenaline. It's always the
yeah,
adrenaline.
my favorite thing is to actually that not at that time. That's not true. I forget what I was saying. Basically, the feeling like when you get the run is very nice.
It's addicting, that's for sure. It's
Yeah,
true, literally
it's addicting.
addicting.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that's the thing that a lot keep pushing everyone, you know, to keep going. That feeling of proving yourself that you can do
Yeah.
something so hard is really really nice for sure.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
And now and you so let's talk about also about the run that you do. You are known, like at least the nickname I have for you is the jack of all trades. You are good on all the games, okay? You are good on all the games. What's your progress to practice? Because at least as far as I know, when you started Bloodborne, you did your casual playthrough and you say, okay, we are going to no hit this game, and you started with a crazy run like all bosses plus DLC, BL4, something like that.
I started with BO4 any%.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
So, what's your like? How do you prepare for this? How do you practice? Because I feel like I always have this thing that you need an idea, a strat for something. Look at Shilkey run, because if it's not consistent, Shilkey is not doing it.
um, yeah. So basically, for running sections and stuff, like I mostly like check out other known players in the games, like Ghost, of course, Eden, um, and but like if I get hit there, I will just try to find a new strat for it, basically.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, and for the bosses.
for the bosses, I usually watch challenge kills, like very low damage challenge kills.
Ooh,
I
okay.
try to find that, see all the like possible punishes, and then I just go in with the character, with like 99 vigor, and I just maybe sit there for 1 or 2 hours, depending on if it's a hard boss or not, and then
A-
just
and
keep
just keep roll with it.
like trial and error, just keep, yeah, until I feel like okay, I can do this boss like for 5-10 minutes, then okay.
Yeah, I feel that I also I have done that a lot. I like that. But for example, for what helped me a lot, it was for Dancer. Now that I'm running Dark Souls
Hmm.
3, I was having a lot of problems, and I saw that on Dancer, a lot of people, at least on big runs or long runs, they do it
Hmm.
lock, no luck, and we doing a lot of strafes. So I
Hmm.
started doing that. I was feeling I was feeling more comfy, and I decided to try that way. At least we know, and I
Hmm.
feel like I've been improved a lot on Dancer Fight doing it that way. And I feel that a lot of people like decide to practice that way. Like, okay, I'm going to sit here, dodge all the possible attacks that the boss can
Yeah.
do while doing low damage, so you can get all the possible RNG.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think people who do that, like not everyone does it, but people who practice this way, they definitely get runs quicker. Like they learn so much more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel it's better than just sticking to just uh like doing the run in a way. Like, okay, I'm not going to practice the boss per se, because the big problem on this is that sometimes we get hit by a weird RNG that we don't know it can happen. And
Yeah,
that,
a lot of people will like think, oh, that was a rare thing. It probably won't happen next time, which it probably won't. But there are so many spots where this can happen, and it just takes a long time to get to run because you don't know these RNGs or these things that can happen.
yeah, exactly.
So,
I feel that that happened to me on Sekiro. When I was doing Immortal Severance, I had a hit on Ishin that I didn't know it was possible until I showed
Mm.
it to Croax, and he told me, "Oh, that's a weird RNG that only happens once on 1,000 runs," and it took
Was it the big combo with the quick forward?
it was
Uh,
after I jump him, right? And
yeah.
then I do two attacks to him, and then he was supposed to do a normal attack, but no, he it's like he did a like an hyper armor, and
Okay.
he attacked it. So
Was
Crocs,
this in Sword Face?
yeah, on surface, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I
yeah,
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
and I was weird because wait, that not supposed to happen. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you didn't, maybe you didn't buffer, and this I have this weird discussion with a lot of people like, no, buffer doesn't exist, buffer is just spamming. Like I hear, like I'm going to stand in this hill that buffering is not real and it's an actual plan of the government to make us time hard different timings. But yeah, it was a super weird RNG that usually doesn't happen, and I had to change what I did on that. And I got so mad, not at myself, but mostly at the game. Like, oh, you are the final boss, and you have also a bug and such different RNG. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
But it's horrible because I feel that Ishin is a really good boss, but for Hitless, having to take in account not his moveset, but the weird books and RNG he could do in such weird cases, I feel that's horrible.
Yeah. Ishin definitely has a lot of weird memes, for sure.
It's not even like weird attacks, no, weird memes. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
it's so horrible.
And what was I gonna say? Like speaking about like if you get hit somewhere and like for a
Oh,
running section example, some
yeah,
people might see it as okay, well, some weird RNG. But like when something like that happens to me, I will like I don't know, sit down for an hour and like trying to find a different strat, do it like 10 times until I know it works.
yeah.
So that's how I always approach the hits,
Yeah,
basically.
I feel like Blasty, he talked a bit about this back then, and
Mm,
he said that at least seeing like hits as, obviously mistakes, and always looking for a way how to fix that mistake to never happen again.
yeah, exactly.
And I feel at least on running section, at least this about the RNGs, I have seen it happens a lot of Dark Souls 3. That a lot of people, for example, the early game, they say, "Oh, the high wall memes are so weird." It's just not. It's just that since the game has such a different timing, you need to learn or have your own timing for the high wall,
Yeah, yeah.
and then get used to that. Right now, since I found such weird new tech for Dark Souls 3, I've been having really consistent high wall, but you will never believe the tech I'm talking about. It's really
What?
you will hear it and you will say, Kappa, you are in drugs.
What is it?
Okay, so I have to first say this also happened to me when I was running Sekiro. So I was having problem lately with the surface, mostly, and with the spear phase. The spear phase, it was impossible to me to fight. Okay, so I decided to take a bit more aggressive approach for this spear phase, right?
Yeah.
And a bit more conservative approach for the surface because I was feeling that I was getting too much to weird things on surface,
Yeah.
and it had been working. But then one day when I was doing practice, I usually practice on borderless full window, like full screen borderless. I usually practice on that,
Yeah.
and I when I'm usually playing other thing and I'm going to then practice, I close borderless and play on window mode. So when I was doing Cinder practice on window mode, I saw that Cinder attacks are slower.
What
Li-
really?
Yeah, I swear to God, like, it sounds like I'm on drugs or no, Kappa. You're like, no. I was like, the attacks were way slower and easier to read, and then I was like, wait, and I keep practicing. Then okay, a spear face, and then the backhand attack that Cinder has on spear face that a lot of people hate because that's such instantaneous attack. It's so hard to dodge. That attack
Yeah.
is super easy to dodge on window mode. That's why I decided to start being aggressive on Spearface. And
I
I mean,
wonder if that's something with your computer or
no, it's
something.
just that I was because I cannot even say that. Okay, maybe it's because I'm having different frame rate. No, I have a good PC, so it's not a frame rate related thing because this also happened on Sekiro back in the day. Also happened.
It's super weird.
Yeah, I usually, like I told you, I usually play on borderless, and then when I was going to do some Ishin practice, I was playing on on window mode, and it was impossible to parry Ishin by how slow his attacks were. It was
Yeah.
it's so stupid, but I swear to God, it's real. Even Guracho was the other day in my stream, and he told me I can see you are reacting better, but I don't know why. Like I'm sorry to God, this like I'm not in drugs or anything when I'm playing, okay? But I have to say this it's something real, okay? It's something real.
Well,
It's
if it helps for you, then it's really good.
yeah, that's it.
It's really good to be able to play Spearface.
Yeah, I feel that mostly
But
that's what I'm saying. That I've been feeling more comfy on the spear face rather than sword face. It's just that the back
mm,
a hand on sword face, and it doesn't help. For example, the poke and the backhand has the same, like kind of the same animation. When he
mm,
started it, so it's kind of weird to me to decide which attack he's going to do.
yeah.
Really weird. I feel that Cinder is the hardest boss for Hitless. I agreed on that. By how many?
In I would say like it's definitely if you're doing like any percents in all the games, I would say it's definitely the hardest. Definitely the one you need to put the most time into.
Yeah, it's just that
It's
so many.
so complicated.
Yeah, like you need to take in account four different phases. Well, three to be honest, because unless you are some crazy person, you're not going to fight scimitar. You know.
Yeah.
So three spaces with different RNG, different timings, and then you have the second phase, which is different timings, different ways to approach the fight.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So it's
It's just like so complex. There's so many different combos, especially like sword face alone. It's
Gee.
so many different combinations of things, and it's just a very complicated boss, which is why I like Cinder so much as
Yeah,
well.
I feel
It's a
that
really good.
everyone agreed that Cinder is such an amazing boss, and it is a hard boss. It's a boss that you
Yeah,
need to truly put hours on it.
yeah, for sure.
Truly hours. Now, tell me, let's talk a bit about the run that you have done. So, which run would you say are your favorite? Not on a like a top your top five. Just well, your top five, but no, or top one, top two. Just naming them. You know.
Um, that's very hard.
It's that you
I
have
don't
done so
really.
many crazy runs.
Um, I wouldn't say that I really have a favorite run, to be honest.
Mm.
Uh, like if I were to say like maybe like say in each game,
Yeah,
um,
from each game. Some.
yeah, um, yeah, I guess I could say like doing like uh SO1 upgrades in Dark Souls really that was actually a very fun run because like before that I had only done like a regular all bosses run,
Okay.
and when I was doing the SO1 upgrades I had to like learn all the bosses, and it was really fun. Actually, it made me like Dark Souls 1 a lot more. So
Ooh.
that definitely a fun run that I did.
I just feel that in Dark Souls 1 at least, I feel that the run is kinda short or any percent, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean all bosses.
yeah. And then all bosses, it's not even that like which how much bosses do you even add to all bosses, you know? It's not they're not that much. It's just that
It's
I
not that many. It's basically some optional, like some small bosses in the main game, and then of course the DLC.
yeah. I feel that the DLC is really nice for Dark Souls. At least on
Yeah,
Hitless, I enjoyed a lot watching it.
yeah. Hey Miko. Um, uh, so also another run. This one actually may be one of the ones
That you enjoy the most?
maybe the hardest for me, which is Dark Souls 2, all bosses, no upgrades. Because
Ooh.
like now it wouldn't be hard for me, as hard, I mean. Of course it
Yeah.
would be hard. But basically at the time I had only done that was my fourth hitless run, and I grinded that like every day for like 5 weeks.
It just
And
sorry to
it was
interrupt
really
you,
tough.
but it's so crazy to me that little your fourth run was that level of run, you know?
Yeah, that's why it was so hard for me. Like I had to, like, everything was, my character was so weak and everything. I had to learn so
Different
many things,
things,
and nobody
yeah.
had done the run, so I had to come up
Oh,
with
you
my
were
own
war
strat.
first?
Yeah, for that one, yeah, yeah.
God damn, I didn't know that.
So definitely, of course, when I look at it now, like all of my strats are not good compared to what I know now, but
It's just that the
I'm
the
still
game,
really proud of it. Yeah,
yeah, we have learned so many things about the game in general that it's impressive the strats you can come with it nowadays for sure. Like for example,
yeah,
running Dark Souls 3 nowadays is not even the shadow of what was running, you know, like 3 4 years ago.
yeah, for sure. Just evolved a lot.
It's totally crazy. Now,
Yeah.
why this like what was your idea or your knowledge not even like what went through your mind when you decide to do this like so many hard runs with so many debuff or restrictions?
Uh, Basically, I want to fight the bosses. Um, like usually in a lot of runs, you don't really see the move set. You just
Yeah, that's true,
really nuke the boss down.
and that
And
happens a
I
lot of Dark Souls too.
enjoy, yeah. And like probably my favorite thing about hitless running is learning the bosses. So
Yeah, that
um,
I agreed on
that
that.
you have to do for these low damage runs. So that's why I decide to do them and enjoy them.
Yeah, I just feel that the feeling of learning bosses is really nice on killers because it makes you feel like having the control of the fight is really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really nice. Now let's talk about a bit more about the community. You have set a foot a precedent on the community. Like literally when we talk about being one of the best, you are always in the conversation. You know, you're always on the topic. You are between always between Gino and Hub, for example. You're always there for being just good at the game. What do you
Mm.
think about Hitless, like the community in general? Because you are one of the original ones for sure. Like you are the one that has put your name as one of the to teach us in a way. Like I tell you, oh, we have a problem with a strat or something. Watch Shilkey10 because he's going to have a really good strat for it. Actually, the reason I got my only hexes run on Dark Souls 2, one it was one of the strat you used for Dragling Castle.
Really?
Yeah, because
What was the strat?
I couldn't get past the beginning of the castle, right? Because those two archers were always hitting me, always.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So I saw that you just dodge them and kill them with the poison.
yeah, yeah.
And that literally was such a illuminated moment I got. And he's like, yeah, Shilky, if it's not consistent, Shilky's not doing it. I was like, yeah, maybe it's consistent. Like, Shilky obviously consistent.
I that was not my strat though. I think I stole it from someone.
I mean, it's here. Like, we stole everything from each other.
Yeah.
So that, but like, what do you think in general about the community?
Uh, I really like that everyone is so because this is not a competitive community, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like you
true.
help each other and share strats and stuff like that, and I think I really like that. And also, people are very supporting. Like they come to your stream, visit each other's streams, and just talk.
Yeah,
I really like that with the community.
yeah, I agree with that. That always like people it's not like they will restrict you for using one strat. Literally, oh, you're having problem with this boss. Hey, look, I'm using this strat. Maybe it will help you. Or if you
Yeah.
something that I was talking the other day when when I invited Lang to the podcast is that I would like to add this to Team Hitless, like this VOD review that we have on the speedrun community of Hades. You know, we have
Mm.
this thing because a lot of people have problem with Hitless, but they don't truly know the mistake they made. You know, in a way to
Yeah.
say. And I think that it would be nice to have like this section, like you send your BOZ and I say, hey, can someone review my BOZ and tell me what I did wrong or what I did good? And I think that it's a really good thing to do so you can learn because maybe you didn't do a mistake, but hey, this strat is not really safe. You could try doing this or doing that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
For sure.
it's a really good way to improve the community in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, I also like that the community is really supportive in general in those things. Like if you have a problem or something, you can always ask someone to help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, like
yep.
before you asked me my like how I learned runs and stuff like that, and one of the things that I do is usually I DM someone like
Okay.
who's very experienced in the game, and I ask questions when I have any doubts, and they're always very helpful.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful for sure. Like it's like I thought, always having like the idea of the comments from someone that has done the run, for example, or like not the run exactly the one that you're running, but someone that has the same experience with that game, for example. Like obviously
Mm,
Miko is the person that has really a lot of knowledge in Dark Souls 1 in Dark Souls 3.
for sure, for sure.
And when I got hit on Dark Souls 1 to win, he told me, Kappa, you did this mistake. You failed the parry because of that. And I was like, oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm,
Okay, I'm going to try this. And also lately, like I told you, I'm running Dark Souls 3, and Miko is one of the most impressive Dark Souls 3 runners. And when I'm having problem with something, he like the reason what I'm doing really consistent DSA lately is because of Miko. That's the reason because I've been learning, asking him a lot of about that boss. And I feel that really nice because always if you have a problem on a run or something, you can literally just DM someone and they will tell you how to deal with it. It's really, really nice.
yeah, for sure. Like when I first started running DS3, I actually asked Nico probably like I don't know 20 questions like of different things that I was wondering because he knew a lot. So I just any doubts I had, I just asked him.
And I feel that that prove how consistent you are with the games, you know, because you like to always clear all the possible mistakes that you could make in a run, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Because always like, okay, I got hit because I didn't know that. You make sure of that every little mistakes of a boss could do or you will make. It's really really nice in that way, you know.
Yeah.
And now again talking about the community, let's focus a bit more of Team Hitless. All right,
Yeah.
let's start with the spiciness in a way. Okay,
Spiciness. Yeah.
let's talk about the rules. Which rule would you like to change from Team Hitless? From any
Um.
game, from any game.
Like right right now, I don't really mind so much. I think everything is fine. Like it doesn't matter so much to me. But like there's nothing I feel strongly about basically. But
Okay.
there has been an instance where I felt strongly about something, and that was basically moon presence. When I started running Bloodborne, moon presence, it was a hit. If you got hit by the phase two
Oh
thing,
yeah,
and I was like, okay, we need to change this, and we made a vote, and then we changed it. So
yeah I
I guess that's the time that I felt strongly about a rule. But like right now, I'm okay with how everything is, to be honest.
yeah, that I feel that lately, I feel that it's always a topic that comes that you know Team Hitless is always like, oh, Team Hitless is always super elitist with that rule and all of that. But I feel that a little majority of the rules are really, you know, really fair in a way. They are
Mm,
really really fair. At least I think of that. And mostly if you make a mistake, it's mostly, I would say 90% of the time is your own fault because not I will not really lack of practice, but just something that usually you didn't know and all of that.
yeah. I
Okay.
think also the rules depend a lot on the game. Uh, I think there are different rules for different games.
Yeah.
Um, for example, I think in Elden Ring you're not allowed to use consumables or something when you're doing weapon only, and in
Yeah.
others you are. And I always liked consistency, across the games. Like if you can use consumables in the other games, I wouldn't mind. I think it's okay if you can use it in Elden Ring as well. But
Yeah, I
um,
agreed on that. I think that I just feel that at least I know that it's always like the discussion, for example, in Elden Ring, since Elden the consumables are really strong, but
yeah,
the thing here is that it's the verifiers uh how to say, like, verified job to know when to uh accept a rule, like for example with the weapon only. Let's say you're doing uchigatana only, right? But
yeah,
you kill all the bosses with only consumables, but then you exactly do one attack to one boss with your uchigatana. Oh wait, by the rules is uchigatana only. Yeah, but you know it's the verified job at this part that, hey, no, that you abuse it of the consumables.
yeah,
It's, for example, it's okay to, you know, use the consumables to not break the stagger, you know, to keep building a stagger when he's uh, idling. And well, and then like I say, I feel that if you don't abuse about that, you should be able to use the consumables on weapon only in a way.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think, I mean, if some like not many people are gonna do that. Like they're not gonna like kill every boss with consumables and then do one hit with Uchigatana or whatever. Like
Yeah,
not many people are gonna do that. And if someone does it, sure. Like I don't care if they call it Uchigatana only, but we all see the run and we see this is not Uchigatana only.
yeah,
But
exactly. It's
like
the
I,
like
I
exactly.
I don't think it's necessary to like reject runs that use like consumables for some bosses just because of edge cases like this.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my
But if,
view.
for example, like if I was a verifier and and then a person did it like that, I would say no. Your run is not. It's a legal run, but not legal to be called weapon only in a way
Mm,
because
mm.
you abused it all the consumables. Like, okay, you can use them, but not abuse them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, but you need to have like you cannot have it like uh depending on the case. So that's why it's so like you cannot do it for anything now, which is kind of unfortunate, I think. But that's what it
Yeah,
is.
I feel that at least that's something that is the job of the verifier, but I guess at the end it's just about voting and all of that.
Yeah.
And now talking about more about the community, what would you think are the, let's say, the most influent person for each game, at least for Souls?
For each game.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, if you have like to name, for example, 2 or 3 person per game, what would you name? Like they are really important.
um, it's a hard one.
It's just that there are so many
Well,
runners.
I guess the Bloodborne is very easy.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
Ghost and I would say Eden as well.
Ooh.
Uh, both of them very influential, I would say. Uh, and of course, like for DS3, Gino, he made a lot of strats for things. Um,
You-
Miko as well. Gino and Miko for sure.
I feel that since Dark
And
Souls 3 has
oh
so many people, it's
yeah,
hard to say. Like it had we have, like, for example, Sweat has also do crazy runs, and
true,
hell
true. Well,
we have Miko. Lesson, for example, Lesson also have done really crazy runs,
oh yeah,
and
for sure. Nowadays there are a lot of people who have done crazy runs.
yeah, that's for sure. So it's hard to be naming more people when they are so vast of majority runner, for sure. It's really hard.
Yeah. And also, someone who was incredibly influential in Sekiro is definitely Spiral Out.
Ooh.
He
I have
Spiral Out. He hasn't done runs in a long time, but he did all the hard runs first and very cool runs, and he was just so good at the game.
It's just in Sekiro we can talk about a lot of people that are really influential. Like we have, in at least in the English community, we have, Lesson, we have Seki, we have Petri, uh Lesson that has been grinding the world records.
Yeah,
Uh who else? It's just that thinking about Sekiro runners right now is it's kind of hard, you know.
yeah.
Who else do we have? Well, I
I
know
mean,
we
if you're
have
talking about now, then there's definitely a lot of good players. I mean, there's like Croaks is really good.
Croaks, yeah.
Um, there's um, Victor,
Oh yeah, true.
and like there's a lot of Spanish runners as
Yeah,
well. You know,
Spanish
like
runner. We have
Samuel, Steel Sex, and there's
Cecil
just so
Seg,
many good players now. And like there's
and they are really like influential in a way that if you have a problem with a run or something, you can always ask these people to help you.
yeah, yeah,
No, it's really amazing how it's just that the new gen of runners are just literally built differently.
yeah, for sure.
I still need to ask what they feed these runners, because it's crazy how good they are. It's really amazing how runs and runner evolve. To be honest, Victor does running, which the hardest part is to remember all the limitation. I bet they are a nightmare to verify. That's
Yeah.
true. That, for example, in Sekiro, you have so many restrictions. Like I feel literally just let's see. All the ones I remember, they are AP1, no Kuro Charm, Demon Veil, Sword Only, no consumable, all bosses, mini bosses, and all beats. That's the crazy. Oh, and new game +7 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
You just imagine the pain of that. So many limitations. It's
yeah,
crazy, to be honest. Second runners are crazy, to be honest. They are totally crazy.
yeah, for sure.
And then talking about other games, we have. It's just that lately we have such new runners that literally just destroy the boards. They are crazy. They are crazy, to be honest. It's hard to keep track of all of them. That I
Yeah.
find a bit sad. Because sometimes they stuck in the shadows in a way because we don't really have a way to know uh their strat or what they do. It's kind of sad, but it's nice because on the community we sorry, they share their advance and all of this. It's really nice, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also, well, we also need to talk about runners like obviously Nico, Hub, Bushido with the God runs. My
Oh yeah,
favorite
for
my
sure.
favorite part of when I was kind of new to the community was watching the career the race for the World Fears of the God Run 3. That was probably one of my favorite things to watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like watching Hop, Nico, and Bushido going for those things, and Bushido as the underdog without even having God Run 1. Dude, it was such a crazy moment of the community, to be honest.
Yeah. 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 I remember when he got that run.
Yeah,
Just,
it was totally crazy, to be honest.
yeah.
Now let's talk about now that we mentioned the God Run. Let's talk about a bit about it. Have you thought about doing them?
Um. So I have thought about doing the God Run all bosses for
Ooh.
a while, but then like I didn't really. It's such a huge time investment, you know.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
didn't.
even just thinking about Dark Souls 2 all bosses, because would you do all vanilla bosses, or would you do with DLC?
I'd probably do with the DLC. I would do with what I did with Trilogy, because I with Trilogy I did I went straight for all bosses, but like it's such an investment, you know, to go for God Run all bosses. Like
Yeah, of course.
it's so much time, and it doesn't really feel worth it, you know.
I mean, it would be
Like
totally a crazy run, but I think I understand what you say. To be honest, it's such an investment of time and energy that is crazy.
yeah, like for example, if it was like a job or something, then sure, for sure. But like it's like too much free time to spend on it, you know.
Yeah, agreed, agreed.
Uh,
It would be nice that he left us the job for everyone, so you
yeah,
could
yeah.
invest all your
Just
time
do all
on
the
it.
run. Yeah.
Like here's $5 for getting a run.
Yeah.
I mean, there were cases I don't remember. I remember that it's the internal joke about selling runs. That's kind of a
I
job if you
haven't
think
heard
about
that.
it. It's really interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel that even I don't think that anyone will focus on doing that run, to be honest, on God run all bosses, because like as you say, it's a really big investment of time and free time and learning, of course.
Yeah. I think the main. I don't think many people. I think I'm still the only one who has done trilogy all bosses.
Oh, but Varian
I
did
think.
it. It was with DLC, no, with Vanilla. I think
Yeah,
that
I mean with DLC.
yeah, with
Um,
DLC, I think he's the only person that has done it till date. But just thinking, yeah, but Varian did but all Vanilla
yeah,
trilogy,
Variant did vanilla. Okay, yeah.
and
So
it's
he did it
crazy.
too with the DLC.
It was
Yeah.
crazy because it was a YOLO try. He did all vanilla bosses on Dark Souls 2, and then he did on the same day the Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 all vanilla bosses.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Literally the best YOLO try, to be honest.
I think the reason like more people don't go for this is because of Dark Souls 2. Like it's
Yeah.
a big run to learn, and like I think maybe like 10 people have done Dark Souls 2 all bosses or something. Not many people, at least, and yeah, I guess that's the main reason.
Yeah, if like Jay say here, if Dark Souls 2 all bosses could be optimized, maybe it would be more possible to do the run, that's for sure. It's just that how many bosses are in vanilla game? Like 30 something?
There's yeah, something like that.
And
But
I know
I would say it's actually pretty. Like if you compare
30,
to
33
before,
bosses.
like if you compare to before with like 10-hour runs, like you can easily get it to like 5 hours now. So
Yeah,
I think it's pretty optimized. Like 4 or 5 hours for that many bosses, pretty good, I think.
yeah. Well, like Miko say here, they are optimized, they are fast roads, they're very long, 4 hours. Like 4 hours with a fast run. Think about that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. That's
crazy. And it's just insane. And then, the problem with Dark Souls 2 is that it's not only long, the running sections are hard. Really hard. Like, I don't even want to talk about Pony Valley and Ilion Lois.
yeah, yeah, definitely but like now there's a been optimized like you can even do frigid outskirts without any horses. There's strats for that, and you can do Ilium Lois with like yearns, and then it's not too bad. So there's strats for like almost everything now.
Yeah, that's true. And that's nice because the community reached this point where there is a strat for everything. But, like, you cannot help the long because if you go for, like, for example, talking about the God Ronald bosses, you need to sadly took really long routes and strat because you want the consistency always.
Yeah, yeah. I think you need to like at least for me, this is what worked for me in my trilogies. Like I found like a balance between consistency and like speedy routes, like somewhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best way to do it. So the resets aren't that bad if you haven't been doing the run for like 15 hours and then you reset. That
Oh
was
god, that's like
so
Mikolas said, the Elden Ring old bosses. God damn.
yeah,
I,
that's
I'm sad for the
oh,
poor soul that is thinking about doing God Run 3 all through all bosses.
yeah.
That will be
That will
pain.
that will be quite the run.
All through the DLC is coming soon, so even more bosses.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how why people do it. Why? Because that sounds like and you have done it, right? You did all bosses region lock, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What was your approach with that run? Because till this day, I think that's the one of the best Elden Ring runs for sure.
Um, well, basically, I had to route everything myself because no one has done it.
Oh
Um,
god.
but I did get a lot of help from people in my chat. Like there were like a lot of Elden Ring experts who were saying, "Oh, you can do this, you can do this," and then that really helped a lot with the routing because I don't have I haven't played Elden Ring that much, so I really did not know all the small things, the items, the weapons, and all of that stuff. So it really helped that people were in the chat helping. Otherwise, I would probably not have been able to do it.
I feel with Elden Ring, at least, I have seen that people really like to route in general.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a routing game because it's open world, right? Like
Yep.
there's so many different routes you can take and all that
Hmm.
stuff.
Marco asked, how long did it take you to learn and complete the Elden Ring All Bosses run?
Well, basically routed it in like a week or something, and then I did a run, a baseline, and it was a two-hit run or something. And then I got sick. Like I had migraines all the time, so I couldn't really play until like a month later.
Oh god.
And then I did attempts for like a week or two, and then I got it.
It's just that it's so crazy because I feel that you develop this consistency with the runs really fast in general. and it's
Um,
totally
I,
crazy.
I I guess it like comes back to what we talked about earlier, the way that I practice bosses.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
like the infinite health and just you know.
and just reach this, like I would say that it's like feeling of confidence in a way that you are doing the right thing on each boss. Like you have the feeling, oh, this boss is not going to hit me because I know what to do. It just feel like a meme, but you just need to do it the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
If you do it the right way, it should always work.
Uh, Yeah, I guess like you need to like drill the muscle memory into
Yeah,
your
also
hand and
that.
just do the you see something, you do it. And like it's like natural, you know.
Yeah, it's just that developing that uh that muscular memory is not easy for sure. It's not easy, but at
No.
the end, it's just practice.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And
And
I
also not just practice, but also um see what other people do.
Yeah, I feel that
That's
mostly with Hitless, I feel that we don't really get good at the games, but we understand them better, right?
mm,
I
mm.
feel that way, and since you understand how the game works, it becomes like easy for you in a way. I don't know if I explain myself.
I'm not sure what you mean exactly.
I just feel that since okay, I understand what the boss is doing. Okay, so I know what I have to do. Obviously, you have like this thing about being good, like practice. But since you understand the mechanics of the game, the movement of the bosses, and all of that, it mostly
Yeah,
just learn about it, right? And becomes like a
yeah,
second thing to you.
yeah, yeah,
At least I see it that way. But of course, like there's always practice about it, right?
yeah,
And I
for
feel
sure.
like the good thing about Hitless is that if you practice enough, you can get a run going. Anyone can get a Hitless run. I think that
For sure, I agree. Anyone can do it. You just have to practice and
just
yeah, put in the
practice until
time.
you make it.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about practice. Let's talk about the sad way or the sad thing about Hitless. The mental, the mental state about doing Hitless. How do you deal with frustration with runs?
Um, that yeah, that's it can be very difficult, for sure. Like if you get hit, like towards the end of the run or something like that, it can be very difficult to go back to it.
Yeah,
It really hits hard, and you like need a break or something like that. Or sometimes you even give up, which is sad. I actually gave up once on a run. A trilogy also won because
oof,
I was so frustrated and yeah.
yeah. You get it.
Yeah, that's definitely hard. Or like when you like it can be very frustrating like if you're resetting at the start of the run over and over and again, and then there's definitely some very tough mental parts.
Yeah, I feel that at least on Heatless, it's really hard to deal with the frustration in general because
Mm.
mostly you feel you're the one making all the mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's really, really hard to learn like how to be nice with yourself because it's like I would say we sometimes forget that we are doing something hard. We are playing a game even if it's any percent, we are playing a game at
Yeah.
perfection level.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to be nice to yourself and to learn that this is hard. Take your time, just take a break and learn a
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
about it.
For sure. It's
So
yeah. Like I definitely get very upset with myself when I make mistakes. Like I sometimes they keep me up because I'm so why did I do that? Why did I do something so stupid, So it's definitely it can be tough.
yeah, that for sure. But it's really Really, really hard for sure. Really, really hard. But at the end, the best you can do is just. I feel that the best to deal with frustration in general is just take a break and see what did you do wrong in a way.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I feel at least that's the best one can do, and be nice to yourself in a way. Like sounds dumb, but sometimes knowing that what you're doing is hard helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just read what Jay said in the chat, and I definitely agree with what he said.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like to do full runs, it definitely makes it a bit easier because you also like you realize that maybe you got lucky that there's still a lot to learn, you know, and yeah, definitely
I've been doing that
helps me, I think.
with Dark Souls 3, and Dark Souls 3. First of all, what I did is just knowing this run is hard. Dark Souls 3 is the hardest from trilogy. That's
Mm.
and my idea always okay, this is going to be a hard game, it's going to be a hard run. Don't be hard with yourself. And then I've been doing always I have like this point of reset, right? If I reach, for example, lately I was doing okay, if I reach Abyss Watchers, I don't reset. I don't read no matter what. Okay? And
Yeah.
then
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing this rat that is
yeah, I'm
attacking
like
me.
yeah, what?
Yeah, it's not consistent, Nico. That was a mistake.
The rat incident. I just go about it. Oh God, can we say it from the beginning, please?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was just seeing this. Got distracted by this rat jumping around.
Like
Yeah,
literally
this
the rat
rat's
just
not supposed to see me.
rat person. Oh God! Look at the rat go. It's just alluding to an episode. This is literally
Oh yeah, I
just.
remember this.
Look at that. Literally just
Oh yeah, for sure, James. I agree with you as well. For
yeah.
sure,
If you
it
if you
definitely
reach
helps.
that point of resetting a lot, you how to say it, you get really mental because you have the feeling that oh, I'm resetting, I cannot continue. I feel that at least uh having this point of reset helps a lot. Okay,
Mm.
helps a lot. And I think that it was Miko who told me, okay, when you reach PV something, increase that uh that point of reset. That's what I've been doing lately. But yeah, lately I think I'm taking more calmly the run because I do more full runs, so I can get like more chill because I don't know. It's like just a mental thing because okay, I'm doing good on other areas, so I know that I should not punish myself because okay, if I get hit there, the other parts okay, I just need to fix that area.
Yeah, yeah,
But I strongly agree that doing full runs helps a lot with your mental in a way.
yeah.
It,
Not just the mental. There's so many good things with doing full runs. Like you see all the places that you have issues with. There's so many
yeah,
opportunities for like mistakes to show, and that's good. Then you can fix these parts for other runs. You know, it's really
mm,
really good to do. I strongly recommend doing full runs. It's like one of the best ways to
yeah.
get better.
I feel that it's mostly because you know it's just that lately I feel that this is what have been helping me a lot, developing really good consistency in Dark Souls 3. It's just the case of finishing runs make me make sure of myself that okay, I can do the back end good. I just need to practice the first half in a way so I can be more consistent in a way in that part. And then the feeling
Yeah.
okay, the hard part in a way is done. I have done a lot of times the other part hitless or clean. I don't have to worry, and you do it like really calmly. For example, when I started, I was always scared of, oh my god, Pontiff, Pontiff, Pontiff. I don't want to fight Pontiff. And then since I have been doing so much Pontiff, even when the run is dead, I just reach Pontiff normally. It's always scary to parry Pontiff, but it's more simple now because I'm used already.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that feeling of
Sure.
getting used to something,
Yeah, for sure.
but it's really nice in a way. Yeah, exactly what Jay just said is learning how to fix your mistakes better. I feel that's really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
Just,
The one goes wrong, you're kind of
but
just practice.
that rat, but
Yeah,
that
but if
rat
you have to
had
start
only one
again.
job, okay, and the rat almost got it.
Yeah, I failed to practice that thing.
Always practice the rat strat. It's important, guys. I'm actually
Yeah, but for
curious. What
sure.
what went wrong there with the rat?
Basically, I just went too fast to the lever, and like he's
Oh,
supposed to walk a bit further, and he's not supposed to hear me, but he
oh,
heard me now.
okay.
Uh, but yeah, it's for sure. Like you cannot learn enough. You can have backups to all kinds of strats for bosses and stuff. And it's really good to have. Like sometimes if something goes wrong in a run, you'll know what to do next time.
Yeah,
So
that's for sure. Like just knowing what to do in weird scenarios is really nice. To be honest, it's really really nice
yeah,
because you have that feeling of okay, this this is not the usual thing, but I know how to fix it.
yeah.
Miko is the kind of guy that trains ears at the gym. Absolutely true. Well, if we need to talk about practice, we have to talk about banjo. To be honest, let 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 let's try to think about it. Do you think he's
Yeah,
saying
banjo is.
the way the banjo practice?
I think it's very efficient.
That's true. I mean, it's true.
Very. I think it's the best way to practice.
I just find funny like the eight. This is the stream where we practice this boss for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's
I
yeah,
don't.
it's extremely efficient.
I I don't think I have the energy to practice so much balls for. I think that my record was practicing Ishin for 6 hours. That's my record.
Oh wow. Yeah, I definitely don't have the energy for that either, but it's definitely efficient if you are able to sit there for 8 hours and
Yeah, that's
practice the
true.
bomb. Yeah,
At the
like
end, you force yourself to develop the muscular memory in a way.
yeah,
Oh god. No, goddamn. You just we talk a little bit about everything. What else? Let me see. Well, let's talk a bit more about the community.
yeah.
Which runner lately have you been watching or something that you would like to talk about?
Uh, Honestly, I haven't really been on Twitch that much
Oh god.
lately. Ever since like I uh kind of retired from
Oh
running,
yeah.
I haven't really been on Twitch much. So
Yeah, makes
uh,
sense. I mean, maybe you are just saving the energy, the retirement buff. We have this
yeah.
we have this joke on this speedrun Hades community that people actually retire to get because when they retire and they start running again, they get a stupid crazy times. That's the joke.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just cooking on in secret the most crazy, the buffet and with most restriction runs.
Yeah.
Ah,
Fala great. Yeah, yeah. Everyone knows that I'm in Fala's stream though.
oh yeah, that's true.
Everyone knows that.
Fala has been doing Dark
Yeah,
Souls 3 as one,
she's
right?
doing. Yeah, yeah. She's doing good actually. She's getting more and more consistent.
That's really
It's
nice.
really
Like
cool to see.
watching the
And she
progress of
barely
someone is
practices and
nice.
still does so well. she barely practices, and she still does really well, which is
She
cool.
she takes all your energy of consistency. That's the thing. Yeah, I think the file is doing any percent, but she'll probably do all bosses at some
She's
point.
doing 80%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If yeah,
I will believe she could do all bosses anytime for sure. I found. Oh, well,
yeah.
let's talk about it. Which run do you think is the most fun on all bosses?
Um, in which game?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's not Dark Souls 2.
Wait, what do you mean? Which
Like,
run I
which
think is the most?
yeah, is the most enjoyable? Either
Oh,
to,
like a regular all bosses run, like a leveled one, or
yeah, level 1 or even SL1. Which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer to do?
um, I definitely like. It's hard to say. I like there's runs that I like in all the games, but uh, in DS3 I definitely like SL1 no upgrades, all bosses. It's my favorite DS3 run.
Ooh.
Uh, in DS2, like a regular DS2 leveled run is super fun. I love it. Like using Yearn and Homeward and stuff like that is really fun.
It's just that you explore so much of the game in Dark Souls 2 on all bosses that I feel that it's really enjoyable in a way because you're always doing something. That's for
Yeah,
sure. But
but
I,
I really
yep,
like all bosses runs in all the games. I think I definitely recommend doing them. It's,
I've
it's a
been
lot of fun.
wanting to try to do an all bosses run, but I haven't managed to find a game where I want to do all bosses. You know.
Just don't do Elden Ring. It's not fun. It's not fun.
Good. I feel I'm good with just my any percent. I'm good.
Yeah. Uh, Definitely. I think DS1 is a good all boss run to start with.
Yeah, I also think
Or
that I just
it,
feel that Dark Souls 1 is so clunky, you know?
mm,
I've been thinking maybe I'm thinking about doing Dark Souls 3 all bosses when I finish any percent. I've been thinking
also
about
a
that
very fun run. Yeah, yeah. It's very fun.
because I feel
Like
like
DS3 has so many good bosses. So many
yeah,
good bosses to
that for
learn and have
sure.
fun with.
I think that learning Nameless and Gale will be fun for sure. I think that will be really fun.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to either try doing a speed run. I've been really more interested in doing a speed run or doing all bosses hitless. I've been thinking about that. I just think that Dark Souls 3 is a really nice game, to be honest, in general.
Yeah, for sure. And like the DLC adds so many good bosses. You have Midir, you have Demon Prince, you have Gale, then you have Frida. Like I think it's fun to run. I recommend it for sure.
Yeah, totally. All right, I think that's pretty much everything about the question, Shilky.
Yeah,
Now, like I told you, we have some runs from the community that I would like to review with you, so we can talk
yeah,
about it. So we have here from Yasha, one a Spanish runner. We have
yeah.
All Memories AP1. I think you have done something like it, but with more debuff.
Yeah,
I think I remember you have done. I think it was. I don't remember if it was all bosses or all memories. To be honest, I don't remember.
I did all bosses, mini bosses,
Yeah, you did that, and I think it was also AP1 with no
and
Kuro
Demon
Charm
Bow Harmless.
and
Yeah,
Demon
yeah,
Bell.
yeah.
What can you tell us about this run?
It was it was very hard. And since nobody had done it, it was. Or you mean Yasha's run or my run?
Both.
Both. Well, the fights like Sekiro, it's different from the Dark Souls games, in that the fights become so much longer at the end of the run. Like you have like Ishin and Demon of Hatred. They are like 15 to 20 minutes long.
Yeah,
Um,
they are really
and
long for sure.
like if you do SO1 no upgrades in DS3, you never get a boss that is that long, really. Uh,
It's just
so yeah,
the pod
it's definitely
resistance, the stagger
different.
system is really problematic for sure.
Yeah, but like at the start of the run, it's okay. It's like a normal run almost because like you're not supposed to have attack power, right?
Yep,
Well, it just becomes the end of the run becomes brutal.
totally, bro. Like doing Ishin and Demon of Hatred, we know that much damage is totally. It's truly something
Yeah,
for sure. It's truly something.
yeah, yeah.
What do you think are the most crucial fights in all memories?
Um, I think one of the bosses that stop people from doing these kind of runs is probably Lady Butterfly.
Ooh, okay.
A lot of people decide like she's very sketchy to learn for sure, and I think a lot of people just don't want to learn her, and she's hard to learn as well.
Yeah, because you usually just cheese her on all boss and mini bosses.
Yeah, yeah, you do. You just mortal draw her, I think, but in this kind of run, you actually have to fight her.
Yeah, that's really
It's,
horrible for sure.
yeah, yeah,
But Lady Butterfly it
and
can be really hard for sure.
yeah, and there's also um since it's all memories, you also do like the the
Oh,
double eights,
oh
which
god,
also is yeah,
that's true. How I hated that boss on my casual playthrough.
yeah,
It's totally
so,
horrible to be honest.
yeah, it's quite a bit to learn as well. Um,
It,
how to do that fight.
wait, what?
It's you need to put in some time to learn that boss as well.
Oh
It's
yeah, that's for sure.
quite hard. Yeah.
I feel that even a casual playthrough is horrible to be honest. Oh, the fish that clips through the wall on the way to
Oh yeah,
Roberto.
that's a classic. That's a classic.
I never got that
Mm.
fish, but I have
Yeah,
seen it, and it's
yeah,
spooky for sure.
yeah.
It's
It's a
true.
classic.
It's truly spooky. We call him Quantic Fish actually on the Spanish community. Is it? He exists and the same time he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's truly something. Yeah, I would like to see. Let me see if we find the Lady Butterfly fight of Yasha. Now that we are talking
It should
about,
be early,
yeah.
I think.
Let's see. It should be
Maybe.
around. Yeah, around here. I think. It, I know because he fights Father Old really early. So maybe. I mean, of course she did, but I don't know.
Usually people do it much earlier, like
I think
uh,
around here. Oh, well, we can.
no, no, I think it's way
Ah,
earlier.
here it is. I found it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, that's a really early Lady Butterfly for sure.
So because of these small light balls, these butterflies, that's what makes it harder.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, it's actually ending the file. Let's see if we can put it a bit more. So I like how Yasha, since he's so experienced with Sekiro in general, he likes to do a lot of off angles.
Yeah, basically for this fight, basically what you most people do on these runs is that they do her second phase like this with no deflects. You basically just posture kill her like this.
Yeah,
Get that angle here. That's basically the best way to fight her in
she's
phase
so
two.
fast and such weird attacks that it's really complicated to fight her for sure.
Yeah, she also has a meme like if she's against her back is against a wall, like one of the butterflies can spawn on top of you, and
Oh
then
God,
the run just dies basically. So
that sounds so scary.
yeah,
Totally. I feel that Sekiro has such many weird things that could happen on bosses in general.
yeah, for sure. It's probably the most meme heavy game.
Yeah, that's for
from
sure.
Soul.
It has a
I would say.
meme at least on one of each boss. I think
Yeah. It's the Jenkins game. Yeah, like, there's memes everywhere.
this meme anywhere. Not
That's
even
amazing.
good. Not even good memes. Okay, bad memes. Really
Yeah,
bad memes.
yeah,
I just find really amazing that people can run this game with restriction. It's a game
yeah,
that is totally not made to have restriction in general.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he did
Definitely
the
not AP
really.
one. That becomes very brutal at
Oh
the end.
yeah,
Yeah,
like doing Emma Ishin on AP1, goddamn, and same for Ishin and Genichiro 3, goddamn, those on AP1 are an absolutely pain.
yeah, yeah,
Like you literally do zero damage. Like you need to either learn uh like doing no off angles or no deflex, or having a really long fight. Basically, it's horrible for sure.
yeah.
I in general don't really like Sekiro, to be honest. I still think that it's a parry simulator, to be honest. But I like watching top tier gameplay of Sekiro. It's such an eye
Yeah,
candy to watch.
yeah,
Lately, I've been watching Lessened do grinding the world record for all memories speedrun, which I totally hope he gets it. And it's such an eye candy see how he fights the bosses, to be honest.
yeah.
There's so many
It's
runners that
brutally hard. Yeah. That's what Snowy says. That's like the thing is like the boss fights are so long, and you need to be like super
super
focused.
focus, agreed.
Yeah,
If you lose your focus for even 1 second, you are going to get hit.
yeah.
Because
Like in Dark Souls games, you can like
relax for a second
you
or
can take it,
something.
you can relax, and like you can, I don't know, run away from the boss. I guess you can do that for some here as well, but it's not really the same. You can like roll and just take it easy. I guess it's a bit different.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
definitely it takes more focus for me, at least, for playing Sekiro.
Yeah, it's probably the fight, the game, I mean, that takes the more focus and mental. I feel at least when I was running Sekiro, the resets were stronger mentally. Like I needed to be more mentally strong to do the resets. At least it affect me more for some reason.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't really know why. I feel like since Sekiro is such, oh god, that was a weird parry.
Yeah.
Since the resets are so shorts in a way, Gyobu, you usually reach Gyobu on what, 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And Gyobu is a boss that you reset a lot,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
I feel like you say, okay, it's just 10 minutes, I'm going to reset. Okay, just 10 minutes, and then you are in those perpetual 10 minutes again and again and again and again and again, and it's hard. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually, I really liked. Oh, I didn't like, but it felt easier for me to reset in this game. Like
For
compared to
real?
like, let's compare it to DS3. Like you get the Watchers at like 25 minutes, and then my run used to die at Watchers a lot, and
Oh
it was very
yeah.
frustrating. But like everything feels so fast paced. You can just run, keep running in Sekiro,
Yeah, that
especially
that,
if
that for
you're doing like
sure.
sword only. You don't pick up anything. You just run, and that's I really liked how efficient it was in that way.
Yeah, I
It
agreed
was
on that. I really like that on There is not really that much running section on Sekiro, to be honest.
yeah,
I really like that. Literally, the only hard running section will be Gunfort,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the only one you need to worry about. Sekiro feels like a movie. Hits always feel like a blooper. That's a really good way to put it, Jay. Actually, that's a really good
Yeah,
way to put it in words. That for sure. If it feels like that, because sadly this game is supposed to be played at perfection level, because even if you play good, this game punishes. That's the thing.
yeah,
I don't like that even if you parry an attack, your posture bar increases, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you're not going to get your posture broken, but on a casual playthrough, that's going to be pain, you know, because
Yeah, for sure.
that's totally what I didn't like in general about Sekiro. I still feel to this day that Sekiro has probably the worst early game of From Software. Yeah, exactly. In other
Yeah.
games, you can bone out. That's the thing. For example, if you fuck up on, I don't know, Princess or something like that. I mean, you don't usually don't bone out on Princess, but you know what I mean. You can just bone out and repeat the fight. Here, no. Here, okay, you fuck up. Okay, you have to repeat all the way to the boss.
Yeah, good luck boning out in Sekiro.
Yeah, I don't even know why that exists, to be honest. Okay, fucking up the ape loop, you can
Yeah,
bone out. Exactly, Snowy, exactly.
yeah,
If you fuck up the ape loop, good luck because you're going to need it.
yeah.
It's horrible. I feel that this game you have to 100% playing a perfection level, 100%. And that's something I don't like, to be honest. On a Obviously we are not talking about Hitless, but I think that the Sekiro is a really nice game for Hitless because that's perfection level. But on
Yeah.
a casual playthrough, I don't like Sekiro at all. I would prefer like lately my feeling to describe Sekiro is that I would prefer to cut my ball with a rusted knife and eat them than play Sekiro again.
It must have been pretty bad.
Yeah, it was a really bad time. I didn't enjoy my playthrough of Sekiro. It was something. Genichiro to this till this day has been the boss that broke me. It took me one full day. Literally, I had to close a stream and try the next day because I couldn't beat him.
Yeah, Guinea's rough.
It's rough. Yeah, Genichiro Durlop is much better. And that since I got my PB1 to Genichiro on my sugar run, I started doing the loop. I mean the cheese, the door cheese. Just to
Yeah.
disrespect him. And because it's faster. I just found really fun that doing the cheats is faster in in a speed run, you know? It's so funny.
Yeah.
Is there any runs where you took where okay, true, that's actually a really good question. Which run made you think why did I do that to myself? Like why did I did this run?
Um, Probably Dark Souls 2 Pyro only.
Oh, I know,
All bosses.
I know why you say that. Oh God, my condolences. Because god damn, if pyromancies are bad in Dark Souls 2.
They're terrible.
I think they are only good against the final boss.
Yeah,
That's the only.
they're
God damn.
they're terrible.
My condolences on that. That sounds like
So
truly
that's
pain.
probably the best answer to that question, I think.
Yeah, there's no other question. Like, oh, all bosses, mini bosses, AP. No, no, no. Dark Souls 2, all bosses, Pyro only.
Yeah,
I remember I was watching Diego running that, and my God, a mana with that, oof, it hurt.
yeah, it's terrible.
Doing a mana with that is totally horrible. I don't
Really
tell, like I don't wish anyone the downfall of anyone. I to that day I started to wish they had run that thing because it's way more painful.
bad.
God damn. Now let's talk about let's say the opposite. Which run would you like to do again?
Dark Souls 3 as someone who operates all bosses.
It's just that if
I've said this for years because, like, my first run, it was very long. It was slow, and I don't know. I was a different kind of player at the time. I played things very safe and stuff like that. And now I want to do like a faster one. I said that for years, but I haven't done it. But it's because I love that run. It's so much fun. So
I feel it's funny how a lot of people like to do no upgrades, no infusion in Dark Souls 3. I feel that if it wasn't for you know bosses like DSA, that the second phase is horrible to fight, we because of the
I love
butterfly mostly. Would you like it?
it. I love it.
Hold up, hold up, hold up,
Yeah,
hold
it's
up.
one of my favorite bosses.
I mean, I like the boss, but you have to admit the second phase is a problem.
Oh, I love it.
The DSA is fun a low damage? No, 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 no. Not what? What? And then I'm the person who is in drag for saying that the game runs slower on window mode. I need an explanation on why DSA on low damage is fun. I need an explanation right now.
I just really like I like how the um well, since DSA like overall is such a good boss with all the strafes and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
I agreed on
then
that. I totally agree on that.
I kind of like the idea of listening to it. Like there's like cues to when you're supposed to run or when you're supposed to dodge something is on a way. Like I like it. I just like the combination of everything. It's a fun fight.
Okay, I'm going to buy it, but I still think you are crazy. I buy it. Okay, I get it, but you all crazy still. You're crazy. I don't like DSA Phase 2, but it's because I'm partial div. See, Jay get it.
Yeah, that makes sense though, James.
It's a well designed gang
That
fight.
must be annoying. Yeah, I agree with Snowy there as well. Like there's only like a few like an issues. Like if you get two big meatballs at the same time, uh,
Mm,
then it's like it's a that's a bad thing. I think that's my only issue with the fight.
okay, thinking about it, I think the second fight will be nice if it wasn't only one butterfly. Okay? If it was only one butterfly, I get it. Okay? I will understand it. But the problem is the two butterflies, like being two butterflies.
I think it would be. I think it's fine with two, but like maybe they could have like I don't know, at least 3 or 4 seconds like space in between when their attacks hit or something like that. Like not exactly at the same time. That's my only issue.
Yeah, I think I get it what you mean. Yeah, I get it.
Mm.
Big meatballs plus little meatballs echo Swedish dead.
Cool.
Oh god. I love it. But yeah, I understand what you mean. I guess that I understand your point from that point of view.
Mm.
At the end, I mean, there's people that I think like Half Life, So
Really?
I don't know. I guess I'm guessing there must be someone that like Half Life
I
fight.
doubt it.
There must be someone that like that fight. There must be someone. I put it right there. Okay, I put it right there. There must be someone in the community that say, "Oh, I like fighting Half Life." Okay. Wait, have you ever staggered DSA in phase transition to avoid his
Oh,
phase
yeah.
two moveset?
Yeah, yeah. Well, not intentionally, but it has happened.
Ooh, how weird is that to happen actually?
Yeah,
Because
basically, if you like, you get a stagger on him as he's transitioning, then he will not do any of his stance attacks. Like he will not do the air disc or not the other stance attacks that he has.
oh, that's interesting. I really like it will be really problematic since on the phase transition you can get really good damage. Like since the phase transition is so long, you can get really good damage.
Yeah,
I know that on speedrun, I know there is at least this setup they do to stagger, but they stagger like mid phase two or something like
yeah. The
that.
thing is, like, you have too much damage in most runs to
Yeah,
actually stagger him before or during
even on
transition.
I think that even on SL1 you have too much damage for stagger. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure you do.
It just oh, not talking about SL1. Which weapon do you prefer to use on SL1? Are you a dagger enjoyer or a broadsword enjoyer?
Um, it depends on the boss. Uh,
Okay.
when the boss when it's efficient to quick step, then I definitely enjoy the dagger more.
I have heard that fighting Cinder with bandit knife is one of the best thing ever.
Yeah, for sure. I do like that.
I need to try it someday. I would like to
Like,
do someday like an only weapon, like casual playthrough, of course. A casual playthrough of only weapon will be truly fun.
yeah, and
But
like some other bosses, like for example DSA, definitely broadsword.
uh,
It's very fun. Like it depends on the boss.
yeah, I get it. Probably weapon relay probably super fun on DS3. By how many weapons they
Yeah,
are?
there's a lot of weapons, so definitely.
Oh god, four magic attacks on Princess. Oh, talking about Princess. How do you fight Princess in Dark Souls 3? Do you like to find them normally or you cheese them?
Um, I actually hate princes
Okay.
because of one attack, the quick slam. Basically,
Oh,
I cannot react to it.
me
Like
neither.
I have pretty slow reactions actually.
I knew I wasn't the only
So
person who cannot react to that attack.
yeah, I can't. So
Lately, I've been literally just thinking about cheese them to be honest because I cannot react to that attack. Lately I've been getting hit to that attack so much that I'm strongly thinking of cheese them.
yeah, yeah. It's just like some people can react to it, but I just can't. No matter how much I practice it. So
If there's a way to cheese them, it's if for a reason, you know, if for a reason.
yeah,
Princess is a fight. Okay, it's truly a fight. I don't know if a good one, but it is truly a fight.
four magic attacks.
For Magic's attacks
Rough.
on Princess sound painful.
I assume you mean the soul mask kind of thing. That's rough.
It is. It's super hard to dodge if you are not close to the door. Actually,
Yeah, yeah,
it's super hard. Oh, Yacha is going for Roberto. Roberto on AP1 is truly something by the amount of parry you have to do.
yeah, yeah.
On a normal run, it's kinda scripted in a way, but
Yeah, I think there are ways
no.
to script it.
Talking about Roberto, what do you think about the stagger of the Berserker attack?
I don't really care.
Okay, he knows. He knows. He's one of us. I
No,
just
but like I know some people feel strongly about it, but I don't really care. If someone, I don't know, I don't care if it's a hit or not. I'm fine with either.
yeah. For example, look, Yasha do the thing about backstabbing to parry it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting. Like, look at it. Let's
Yeah,
see
I
if
used
it
to
is.
do that as well. Unless I didn't have space, then I just took the stagger, which is fine.
Yeah, I wonder how much people like how will react a lot of the runners if this became a rule. Like the Roberto stagger count as a hit now.
Uh,
How people will react at it?
Probably a lot of people wouldn't like it, but I guess I would say it's probably too late to change it
Oh
now.
yeah, for sure. But hey, anything can happen, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe when they release Sekiro 2 or something like that.
yeah. I wish they would, but they won't probably.
I hope no. I don't want any other any other game with this Sekiro related. Thank you, thank you, but no thank you. God damn. I just keep thinking that top tier Sekiro is such an eye candy to watch. This level of perfection is hard to achieve for sure.
Yeah,
Like, though, I don't know if you have seen those new game plus 7 only sword kill on bosses.
yeah,
God damn, they are crazy for sure.
yeah. They're very long.
Now talking about which is your favorite? I don't think which your favorite boss to fight on Sekiro.
Guardian Ape.
Oh god, phase 1 or phase 2?
I like both.
Hmm.
My only issue is the AoE that he does. It's kind of just stalling, which is kind of
Oh yeah,
annoying. But
I really
if
like
you
phase
didn't have
2.
that,
Phase 2,
yeah.
I don't like phase 1 at all, but
Oh,
phase 2 is so fun.
oh, I enjoy both a lot.
I just don't like in general enemies that have like these like body attacks, because
Yeah,
I feel they are a bit hard to react.
yeah, yeah. It's just take some practice to fight Ape Phase 1 for sure. It's not an easy fight.
Nothing at all. It's really complicated for sure, but at the end it's just practice.
Yeah.
Now I would like to see. Oh, let's see the demon of hatred. Yeah, this demon of hatred is probably long, really long.
It should be like, I don't know, probably like 15
So
minutes or
how do you
so.
approach demon of hatred on no hit?
There's some, I would say for low damage, you do mostly no deflect
Okay.
because there's no point in really deflecting him because his posture just goes down, right?
Yep.
So, and it's just more efficient to like strafe the attacks and punish more. So,
Yeah, I think that,
yeah,
that's the best. So you can, and also because I guess that you can stagger him and get more attacks in a way.
yeah. Like as you saw what he did now, he just strafed the hits. He's not deflecting really, and this is just the best way to fight him on this low damage.
Yeah, I think when I did my casual playthrough, I think I also did it this way. I did it with no deflect and lock off. I think it was way better for
Yeah,
sure.
it feels more like a Souls boss, I guess, in the way that you know it's
Yeah,
just a
exactly.
huge thing. You don't. It's hard to deflect.
Yeah, I feel that's the reason
Receive
why I
it.
like it so much, to be honest.
Maybe.
Because they put a Souls boss in my Sekiro game, and I don't know. There is something I will never like about Sekiro, but I don't really know what. There is like this small pinch I have when I play it.
Yeah.
It's really weird to be honest. But it just feels that when you do really low damage Sekiro run, it's just mostly a stamina fight. Not getting tired.
Yeah. For sure. It's just keep the focus
Yeah.
kind of
It
thing. It's just long, super long.
reminds you of Lawrence from Bloodborne. Makes sense in a way.
I've heard that before for sure. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess that the old fire and all that, and he's so big. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see it. It's such a long fight for sure.
Yeah.
It takes hours to learn to fight Demon of Hatred this way. To be honest, even like that is I really enjoyed a lot on my casual playthrough. Even I think that a lot of people say, "Oh my god, Demon of Hatred is the word," but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people either love it or hate it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that it's like Lawrence. You either hate it or love it.
Yeah.
But there's some bosses that they're impossible to hate. I think, for example, Orsing Smog. I cannot hate Orsing Smog. I love them.
I think most people hate them, I think.
It's just they are so well designed, and then learning how to do the stray for an Orsing Smog. That's so nice, to be honest.
I enjoy fighting them a lot, but
Yeah, I think
I
this
think most people don't.
yeah. It's just that I find really nice in general to learn strafers, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes you feel more in control of the fight in a way.
yeah, for sure.
And it's something that you usually don't have on the games.
Yeah,
I feel that's one of the things I like about Sekiro in a way, since you can kinda control the EA, you know, the AI. So you
yeah,
are kind of in control of the fight. So usually, if you fuck up, it's because you didn't react on time, or because it's weird. The lingering hitboxes, that's true. The lingering hitboxes are probably the worst. That I'm surprised they haven't fixed that over so many years.
oh yeah, you mean the ones when they die or like the face transition and it just stays there?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn. I got a PV1 to that one.
Really? Wow, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It was painful. Totally painful. It makes some grown on man just getting that PB1 to be honest. By how
Yeah.
painful it is. God damn. It's really something for sure. It's really something. On AP1 you are available to level up skills, right?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, with just AP1. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing that getting the books for like they extend your sugars, and the one that you if you deflect you do more damage. I guess it's also really nice for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. I saw that Yasha gets the skill book, the maybe it's called sample book or something that extends your sugars. Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
actually,
it's definitely quite
Jay has a
useful.
really good question. What's the worst way you ever lost a
Oh
run?
god. uh, like, do you mean like a ridiculous way or something like that, or when it felt the worst?
They felt the worst, I think.
That was definitely my trilogy all bosses
Oh
when I
god.
was on the second to last boss on the cat duo in Dark
Oh
Souls 2.
yeah. Oh
Um,
god.
yeah, because that was, I don't know, like 11 and a half hours in. It felt
Yeah,
really, it was an extremely stupid thing as well. Like, I did something that I don't normally do because I wanted to be safer, and then it up being the mistake that killed the
no.
run. So it
God
felt
damn.
really, really bad.
Oh yeah, I can imagine, man. That's so painful to hear. What about the most ridiculous though? What about it?
Um, I guess this was also very sad, but also quite ridiculous, I guess. Like, I was doing SL1 trilogy,
Okay.
and I was on the last boss, Throne Duo, Dark Souls 2, and so I killed the first. I killed the first Watcher, and then at the same time as I killed the second one, he rested the other one. So the fight started over basically, and then I ran
No.
off the edge and died.
No.
So I basically thought I had the run, and then I he rested him at the same time, and then I ran off the edge and died.
No, you say nah, fuck this.
Yeah, that was pretty rough also, but it
Oh,
was quite.
oh
Looking
god.
back at it, it was quite ridiculous.
No, that seems so
Just run
sad.
off the edge.
You say nah, I'm not built for this. I just Oh god, that's also horrible. It's just that I feel that when you think about it, there's really fun ways to see those kids, like learning and like, funny ways. I cannot remember my most ridiculous one, but I think the
Mhm.
most tragic it was when I was running No Dark Souls, Hollow Knight, and I was like 20 minutes to end or something like that, and the game ate an input, and I jumped
Oh,
straight into some spikes.
oh yeah. Eating inputs are rough.
Yeah, yeah. I was reading chat and fell off the path of the way to
Oh
see in
god,
there.
Shane.
Oh, actually, that
Mm.
one happened to me in a way, Jay. The other day I was running Dark Souls 3, of course. I was with one hit only on my way to Princess, right? I got hit on Deacons. I got hit on Deacons, of course, and I wanted to continue. And I got past the SA clean, and I was about to finish Archives. So, you know the area where the gargoyle is? The stone gargoyle that you use a branch?
Yeah.
So, I was walking over, and for a second, I zoned out. Literally, I don't know what happened to me. I lost consciousness for like a second. Like, I was literally just zoned out, and I fell down instead of, walking a straight line to the gargoyle. I keep walking and fell down. I'm sad I didn't
So
take a clip of that, to be honest.
it reminds me of another one that I had, like the walking off an edge kind of
Okay.
thing. Like I don't know in DS2 if you know that if you press forward and the attack button at the same time, you do like a guard break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was at almost at the end of the run, and I got like I was doing no bonfire on vanilla bosses, and then
Okay.
I just did that off the edge, and it was my PB1.
Oh no.
I just accidentally did that, and I went off
um,
the edge.
and those are the type of kids that you cannot even get mad. It's just like, oh,
No, it's just
you only say, oh, well, it is
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Nothing else to say, to be honest. Eh,
Any runs lost to PlayStation gestures?
Oh,
Luckily not.
th-
Luckily not.
oh, those are the worst, to be honest. I have seen so many rounds die
Yeah,
to
me
those
too.
gestures.
Yeah, me too.
That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons I wish Bloodborne comes to PC, to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Someday.
That would be nice.
Someday we will get Bloodborne on PC and we're going to get the so many Bloodborne runners. I feel
Yeah.
that that's one of the reasons I haven't, think about that much about running Bloodborne. I would like to run Bloodborne after Dark Souls 3, to be honest. But I don't really have that feeling because putting to make safe and all that, and not really having a way to practice with infinite health.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like
There
that,
are
to be
some
honest.
things you can do that help. For example, Fala made a very good like save state
Hmm.
guide, which makes it slightly faster. Of course, it's still you need to open the game, close the game, and stuff like that. But and then also like it's easy to get full vigor, full health, which is almost the same as infinite health.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like
So
99
there are
health.
ways. It's just a bit more tedious, but it's doable.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, you can always use the calm dungeon and that's it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I had one where I sat down during Mikolash on build. Oh god,
Cool.
that's so
Yeah, that
horrible.
sucks.
Do I love what Yasha does here to cancel the look at that, like the mortal draw. God damn, that's so beautiful to do, to be honest. It's a
I'm not
really good.
sure it does much though.
I mean, it does a lot of posture damage though.
Oh yeah, yeah, but damage doesn't matter on this fight.
But I think he canceled the attacks, I guess, though. I guess he does it for that reason.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why he does it.
Because he on the phase transition, he does like this ring of fire. So I'm guessing
Yeah,
it helps to also get some extra damage.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's so many things that you could make with the mortal draw. I feel the mortal draw is the only skill that matters in this game, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the only weapon art we really use. I guess.
Yeah, it's just that it's so broken, to be honest. And also, it
Yeah.
helps a lot that the jumping mortal draw is bugged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine if using the jumping mortal draw was illegal.
Yeah. They will. I guess we would just get the skill then to be able to do that, but
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know.
That's true. But it's so broken for sure.
Yeah.
Right. I would like to reach the end of the file. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, just fighting Dima of Hatred in this ring of fire is so scary. It looks so cool though.
Yeah. The problem is when he goes outside, because it's very difficult to see what he's doing.
Yeah, that's hard. You have to really have knowledge of your positioning, hoping the camera doesn't weird any weird things. God
Yeah.
damn. But I feel the Demon of Hater has such amazing RNGs in general. Not RNG, I mean animations. The animation of Demon of Hater are really nice. Yeah,
Yeah. It looked pretty cool.
the thing with jumping mortal draw, Jay, is that in Sekiro EX is two mortal draws. Okay, EX is the normal one and the charge mortal draw. And for some reason, on the code of Sekiro, if you do a jumping mortal draw, it counts as if it was charged. It does the same damage as a charge mortal draw without having the charge mortal draw, of course. And like the difference of damage is a lot. Like if you use the Yashariko, you do a stupid amount of damage. Like that's one of the reasons why Shura Ishin is so easy. That's the second phase. You do so much damage to him with that. Oh
Yeah.
god, that got pretty scary there. Yasha is stuck into the fire. Goddamn. I was supposed to say spamming I never noticed. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, GG to Yasha. That's a really nice run, to be honest. AP1, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Also, I think that we're going to finish around here because it's kind of late. I don't want to have you so much time around here, Shilky.
Yeah.
So once again, Shilky, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate a lot.
Thank you for having me.
It was really nice. I think that it's always nice having the different perspective of Hitless for the people. One question that I forgot to ask though: what is
Yeah.
exactly Hitless? What do you think of Hitless for you? Like, for example, I like to ask this because there is some people that like doing Hitless in general, like to prove themselves, that they can do hard things, and there is some people that they just like the feeling of doing something hard, or some people that just like to brag about it.
Mm, I guess I like the feeling of getting the run, basically, and proving that I can do it.
Yeah, I feel that a lot.
Uh,
It's the answer of a lot of people. Just that it's nice, that feeling of, oh, I can do something that I just put it against myself, in a way.
yeah, yeah.
I feel that
But
that
also,
thing.
like I said before, like I really enjoy actually learning bosses as well. That's very fun for me.
Yeah, it also it makes you learn a game that you really like. That's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, once again, Shilky, GG for all the runs. I hope that in the future
thank you.
you get out of retirement for a really big run. Let's
Thanks. We'll see.
We'll see. Things are coming. Okay, no, I'm joking. Well, it's really nice, and thank you so much for coming. I appreciate.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good one.
You too. See ya.
See ya. All right. It was really nice. I'm not going to lie. That was really fun. Like always having someone such experience as Shilky. It's really nice to hear about them. To be honest, because it's not like Shilky is not just another person. Shilkey, if after all, one of the best runners of the community, already retired, but he put a lot of work into the community. He built what we have as Team Hitless nowadays. I would say with all the amount of help and runs we have nowadays for sure. So once again, Shilky, you are here in the chat. Let me do a shout out for you. I don't know if you are still streaming, to be honest, nowadays, but even like that, it's really nice to have you around on the chats, guys. If you haven't seen the runs, go check his VOD. Really nice. It's always nice to have someone as Shilky in the podcast. It really nice. I hope to bring even more amazing people to the chat, to the podcast. Next week we are having a really also amazing runner. So be ready. Be ready. We are having one of the new generation runners. So be ready for it, guys. Let's see if we can go narrate to say hi to someone. Once again, guys, people, person of the Hitless community, thank you so much, everyone who were here. I appreciate a lot. I hope you enjoyed the Hitless podcast. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. And let's drop a rate to Mr. Gloom Shadows, to Miss Gloomy Shadow, that she's doing all bosses, the Bloodborne with one finger only, and she's on the final boss. So let's go say hi to her. Guys, once again, thanks so much for being here. It was my pleasure. I hope you had a really great time, and see you all tomorrow with, well, you know already that the people that are not usually from here, that come from the podcast, I usually do also hitless. I'm a hitless runner. We are working on Dark Souls 3. I hope to see you someday later. Thank you so much. Once again, thank Shilky. I cannot stop saying, but thank you for accepting coming in. I hope that the future brings more better things for you. I hope I'm so happy for all the work you have put to the community. So thank you so much, and I appreciate. I think that these thanks come from everyone, for everyone that you have helped into community that is not zero people. You know, you have helped a lot of people. You have, with your BOD, your strat, like the strat that you use, I was able to get really nice runs. So I'm truly grateful for that. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for being here, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.